This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
How a trip to the chiropractor changed this family's life. Their story shows the joys of giving and receiving, and we'll tell it to you next. Welcome everyone, and thank you for watching. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. A man is dead after an officer-involved shooting in Foster Township on Wednesday. State police at Troop N say 57-year-old Ronald D. Hoffman was reported in a residence on Anthony's Road in Foster Township, waving a rifle around and screaming unintelligibly. A Whitehaven police officer found Hoffman in the area and told him to put down the firearm. Hoffman pointed his gun at the officer, and after more communication between the two, Hoffman fled into the woods. State police say Hoffman continued to disobey verbal commands to drop his rifle in the woods, and he was struck with a single round fired by a state trooper and was pronounced dead at the scene. State police say the trooper who fired the weapon is on administrative duty as per state police regulations, and that the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office and the Troop N Major Case Team are conducting a joint investigation. Now we move to today's news feature with Lisa Sugart.
When Eric Wagner of Drums was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease, he had no idea what was going to come next. He did not know that he would be a successful kidney transplant recipient, and so would a stranger, all thanks to the generosity of Eric's wife, Lindsay. I'm so pleased to be joined by the entire family, Eric, Lindsay, and their wonderful, adorable son, Cole. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad that everybody's happy and healthy.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
My pleasure. We want to have a great story like this over the holidays, especially where there's good news. So, Eric, it didn't look like good news at first because like 5 years ago, you found out about this rare disease you had and you didn't know what was next. So tell us briefly about that.
It came out of nowhere. That was, one day I was happy and, healthy, and everything was going, like it normally did. And the next thing I knew, I got diagnosed with this rare form of kidney disease. And actually it was diagnosed just by happenstance. My chiropractor actually noticed inflammation in my ankles and suggested that I go get tested. And lo and behold, they found this kidney disease, which over the course of the next 5 years, aggressively progressed to kidney failure, and ultimately led to me being on dialysis for quite a while.
Lindsay, you told me you knew right away you weren't a match to donate, but you wanted to donate, right?
Yes, I wanted to donate from the beginning. I just wasn't aware about the kidney exchange program until we started going to Lehigh Valley Cedar Crest to meet about dialysis and our different options. And then that's when they told us about this.
How does this work when it is a paired kidney exchange? Tell me how that works.
So all kidney transplant donors go through about a 4-month testing. A lot of tests is involved in it. And then from there, they take everything and they kind of put you into a pool and they match everybody digitally. And then once they find digital matches across the country, they send those people for, say, cross blood matches where they put their blood for 48 hours just to make sure that there's no rejection. And but at first Eric wasn't allowed to be in the paired exchange program because he would reject a transplant. They almost had to wait for his kidneys to die and for him to be on dialysis in order for him to get a transplant. So once he started dialysis, we became active in the paired exchange pool. And
that must have been frightening.
Yeah, we sought medical advice from a number of places. We were at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, Columbia University Hospital in New York, Lehigh Valley, Penn College and their hospital in Philadelphia waited on it. It was such a rare disease for somebody like myself. Typically, there's an underlying condition for something like this to happen, whether it's lifestyle or an additional disease, but or even hereditary. But none of that was the case. So through all of these different doctors and everybody, that's kind of how we got to the conclusion that this rare disease that I had to sort of work its way through my system. And ultimately at that point, any kind of transplant would have been affected by the disease until the disease was completely out of my system. So it became a very long, arduous process.
You had a successful transplant. And Lindsay, you donated a kidney to a stranger to make
Yes.
this. So he receives one, you donate one, which is amazing. So how are you all doing now?
Very good. I'll go over the paired exchange program. I went in at about 4:30 in the morning on a Monday. My kidney went to New Jersey. The New Jersey donor went to Texas, and then the Texas donor came back to Eric. And then, so there were 3, say, family and friends involved, 3 pairs. And Eric's kidney ended up getting to Allentown about 10 o'clock that same night. And then he was done by like 5 o'clock the next morning.
Wow. So now you're getting all of this done, but you have that little cutie in the middle there to worry about. So Cole, what was it like? Mommy and Daddy were both in the hospital, right? You had to stay with your grandparents, was it?
Yeah, and unfortunately, because of COVID, he wasn't allowed in. So, yeah, our parents took very good care of him. He did go to school. I was only in the hospital 2 days, and then Eric was in the hospital 4 days.
About 5 days.
5 days.
Oh my gosh, is that all?
Yeah, it was quick.
And I think it's amazing that, you got someone to help you, Eric, but that Lindsay, you just stepped up and said, I'm going to help somebody else. So that's really commendable. So perfect Christmas story.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
holidays to you too.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Cole.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Frankie's Pizzeria and Restaurant in downtown Hazleton. For more information on their specials, hours, and where you can find their delicious tavern pizza, you can call 570-454-6000 or you can visit their Facebook page.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Will it be smooth sledding when Santa visits our area? Let's find out with our forecast from the National Weather Service. On Christmas Eve, cloudy, then gradually becoming mostly sunny with a high near 40 degrees. On Friday night, an 80% chance of rain and snow. Little or no snow accumulation expected. We'll have a low around 33 degrees. On Christmas Day, rain is likely, mainly after 8 a.m., mostly cloudy with a high near 42 degrees. We have a 70% chance of precipitation. On Christmas night, we have a 60% chance of rain, mainly before 8 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 34 degrees. On Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 40 degrees. On Sunday night, a 30% chance of snow after 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 27 degrees. On Monday, a 40% chance of snow before 3 p.m., then a chance of snow and rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 36 degrees. And on Monday night, a 30% chance of rain and snow before 8 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 28 degrees. Our Festivus gift to all of you is our community and sports feature stories. Stay tuned, they're coming up.
The Bear Creek Holiday Light Spectacular is going on now through December 31st on the Schuylkill County Fairground. Parking for the event is free and there is an admission fee for anyone over 5 years old. For more information, you can visit the event's Facebook page. SSPTV News blood sends sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Mary T. DeScapio, age 92 of Elmhurst Township. Mass will be held on Monday at 10 a.m. at St. Eulalia Church in Roaring Brook Township. Friends may call on Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. and on Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. at the church. The Duffy and Snowden Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. James Wetzel, age 75 of Weatherly. A funeral service will be held on Tuesday at 11 a.m. at the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Friends may call on Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the funeral home. And Joseph M. Yurkovich, age 81, formerly of Hazleton. Services are still pending under the Cotton Funeral Home.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977, and go to harmonfuneral.com.